I should probably bring up my dashboard. That would help. One moment. We're doing something new today. Something different, I should say. It's not new because I'm only doing it a few times, maybe. Setting up for Dragon Age Inquisition. It would help if I could spell Inquisition. Totally spelled that wrong, thankfully. Spell check. I'm just gonna go with Dragon Age Origins update. Alright, so we're gonna let that load, and then we'll make sure sounds are good, everything's perfect. Right now we're waiting for this video to end. And then we're gonna... load, and then we'll make sure sounds are good, everything's perfect. Right now. Alright, everything looks solid, so let me give you a background about what we're doing today. One of my, if not my favorite game series of all time is Dragon Age, the series made by BioWare and sadly published by EA. They're doing a thing with Dragon Age Inquisition where if you don't have the time to play through Origins again, or if you've switched from like PC to console, or like me, console to PC, you really don't want to have to replay all 60 to 100 hours of the game to get the exact answer you want and to get the exact ending of a Dragon Age game you want. So what they've done is they've made this thing called the Dragon Age Keep, which lets you give answers depending on what you've done. So what we're going to do here today is just that. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to make what's called your perfect save for Dragon Age Inquisition. So when it comes out in 17 days, no, it comes out on the 18th, so 19 days, I'll have the perfect save already set up. It'll be fun. I'm not going to be live streaming it. I finally think I've made that decision just because I don't want Twitch muting Inquisition. It's a great game. Games with story don't deserve to be muted for any content within them. I understand it for being Smite or any other MOBA or RTS with music in the background, like someone playing music, but if it's in the game, it shouldn't be muted ever, and that's what happened here. So now I gotta deal with that. So what's basically gonna happen is I'm not going to be live streaming it, no matter how much I really want to. I cannot let Twitch risk the video, because I still haven't uploaded the final parts of Borderlands. But I will. I'm gonna get around to that tonight, and then tomorrow, and Saturday, and I'm gonna finish uploading all my Borderlands shit from Twitch to YouTube. But anyways, let's proceed. I haven't touched this. I don't know what it looks like. I've watched a video on it, but it wasn't a good video. Let's proceed. We're gonna make my perfect save. What I did in Dragon Age Origins and in 2 is what we're gonna do here today. Now, everyone's perfect save is different. Everyone has a different ideal of what's going on in the world of Dragon Age, especially the hardcore fans. You know, they know more, they know what's going on, like me. So, we're gonna do that. And, so here we go. Proceed. Welcome to Dragon Age Keep. Is there music? Because the music you hear is background music. I don't have data. I've played the game a little bit, but it's not gonna find much. Your Dragon Age Origins hero. Custom heroes not available. Please select choose your hero. Alright. So I played as a human mage. The game I liked. Is this human? I played as a human mage. Okay. What do I do? Gender, race, class, origin. Default. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with default because at the moment I don't have saves for any of that. So sadly, we're gonna have to just go with human mage. Oh, choose this hero. Human mage. Oh, that's girl. I meant guy. There we go. It was a male. Okay, and in Dragon Age 2, I was also a human mage. My records are poor. I'm pretty sure it lets me pick my shit. It's gonna play my story.
If you believe the stories, mankind's pride gave...
We're not gonna watch anything yet because I don't actually have it complete. Alright, welcome to Tapestry. Here you'll be able to create your unique world state to import to Dragon Age Inquisition or share with friends. The Tapestry has already been set up with a default world state. There is no save import from previous games. The Tapestry is arranged by product and choices are grouped by theme or plot. To get started, use the menu to select a product and then a group to edit. Once you've selected a group, you'll be able to see all the choices available for you to edit. As you make edits to the Tapestry, all the choices will be automatically updated to ensure your world state is always valid and can be imported into Dragon Age Inquisition at any time. Now you'll be able to set the outcome of a choice. You can either approve the existing choice or select different outcomes. Lock choices you don't want the Tapestry to automatically adjust by clicking the icon. Alright. So, we'll start with Origins, I guess. Yeah. So, oh, that's right. Never mind. Warden did not die to the Archdemon. My Warden is alive and well. I just go back. Oh, I guess I start here. Prologue. Den room. Broken circle. I guess I'll just... It doesn't really go in a straight line, I guess. Companions, I guess it does. Earn. In a way, it does. Kinda. I thought it would go in more of a... Let me just triple check this. Okay. Anyways, let's go to Companions. In Dragon Age Inquisition, in Origins, my first game I played through, I romanced Liliana. I started with Morrigan. The only problem with Morrigan was I knew she was gonna... I didn't like her personality at the time, so I ended up switching over to Liliana. Other characters I've had did romance Morrigan and keep her, but not this character in particular. Okay. I persuaded Revere Mother to free Sten. Yeah, that's what I did. I persuaded her. I did recruit Sten. Okay. Oh, as you go, it gives you more. Oh, that is really cool. Let's see. Didn't return Sten's sword. I did return Sten's sword, if I remember correctly. I did return his sword when... Did I kill her in my first game? No, I didn't. I was a mage. I didn't want to kill any mages. Even though Morgan didn't approve of it, I actually recruited Wynn. I helped her out. Wynn is alive. Is there another option? Wynn died at Circle. Warden killed Wynn. Yes, Wynn is alive and well. I don't need Morgan did have the baby. She had the baby with me, Warden. Which, by the way, I do not approve of. Alright, what else we got? Logan executed by Warden, by Alistair. Logan was killed by the Archdemon. Logan was killed by me. I hated Logan in the first game. Logan can suck a dick. Nathaniel. Mr. Nathaniel Howe. Nathaniel Howe in my gameplay is alive and well. I recruited Nathaniel. He's great at what he does. Just misunderstood because of his family name. That's all. I did recruit Zephyr. He's pretty great. He is alive and well. Is there another option? No, it's just death. What's this thing? Can you lock it? Oh, I mean, I guess it's locked. Okay, I did. Alistair became king? No, not with me. Alistair did not become king. He became a drunk? No. What? No. Where is... Alistair became king, but he's king with Honora. Honora's his queen. Warden and Alistair were not lovers. Don't remain. Warden is Alistair's queen. Did the Warden remain as King Alice? No. We were not lovers. Liliana's alive and well. Oh, that's right. If you brought her with you to the Urn of Sacred Ashes, you can kill her. If you poison them, which I didn't do. I actually attempted to kill Flemeth. Attempted is the right word there, because you don't actually kill her. Alright, well, I think that's it for companions that you have a choice on destroying or not. So we'll go back. Companions. Prologue. Ostagar, prisoner, left alone. Ostagar, killed. I don't remember what I did for him. I think I bought food. Yeah, I bought food for him. And I did cure the cute little hound. I had to. It's a doggy. I love dogs. I couldn't help myself. So that's the prologue. Let's move on. Urn of Sacred Ashes. Urn was not poisoned. No, I did not poison the urn. I couldn't do it. No matter how much in my heart, I was like, I should still do this. I didn't. I did help Redcliffe fight. I did not leave Redcliffe to fall. I did help them repair. I thought it was the right thing to do. My character wasn't evil. He liked playing jokes on people. I don't consider those jokes. I actually killed Connor. Did I kill Connor? No, I captured the demon. That's right. I captured the demon inside him. Bella left Redcliffe. Bella's the chick in the bar. That's right. Actually, she took ownership with me. I gave her complete ownership of the bar. Did nothing to help Bevan. I found Bevan and gave him the sword. Freed Bevan, did not find sword. Freed Bevan and returned sword. I returned sword and then his older sister gave me a kiss. Wink. Alright, I found Owen's daughter. You get a chance of getting a cool bow from him. And mine, is she alive? You know, I don't think she is. I don't know. I don't remember if she's alive or not. We're gonna go with she is. I can't remember off the top of my head. So that's what happened in Redcliffe. Redcliffe was an interesting story. I guess that's it for this area. Nature of the beasts. Oh, depending on who I went with for this, that is hilarious. Because what you can do is you can convince the woman that he's in love with to have sex with you instead of him. I may or may not have done that several times. Not in my good playthrough. I tried. It didn't work. I actually brokered peace and had them both kill each other. Didn't encounter. But in this one, they were together. They were together. Sadly, they were together. I saved Nala. I told him about his wife's fate. She turned into a werewolf. I did bring Iron Bark. Makes really cool, like, chest piece for it. Didn't encounter Deegan. Who the fuck was Deegan? Brazilian Force. Who's Deegan? Was he like a lost guy or something? I think he was. I remember saving him. I can't entirely remember that part, though. Alright. We'll go to the Paragon of Rakine now, which this was my favorite story. Like, going to Orzammar was great. What did I do for this one? I think I joined against Caradin, was it? Yeah, I joined forces against Caradin in the first one, which was against what Shale wanted. And a mine Balin rules. I did speak to him. I told him the truth about Ruck. Didn't help create Chantry. I did help create the Chantry. Okay, didn't help Orda join Assembly. I did help her join the Assembly, or him. I can't remember if it's him or her. I'm pretty sure I helped her get back in with her family. Didn't talk to Dagna. I talked to Dagna. I remember Dagna. She went off to study. She went off to study at the Circle. Did the Warden have relations with Marty? Yes. Yes, I did. Huh? Oh, wrong character! No, cancel changes. No, I did not have relations with Marty. Because I wasn't, that's right. My head, I'm being confused. I did have relations. I was thinking the human one. Idiot. Anyways, didn't have son with Marty. No, because I wasn't there. Okay. Proved Legion of Dead connected to Noble House. I did do that because it was well deserved. Didn't look into Stolen Tomb. I did return the tomb to the Shapebreak. Okay. Didn't complete zero. Oh, I completed that deal. I completed that deal, not knowing what it would do. Alright, and that's it for that. Let's go on over to the Broken Circle. Ladies and gentlemen, the Broken Motherfucking Circle. This as a mage hits the heart real hard. Now, I sided with the mages in this. I felt felt it was necessary. The first enchanter did survive. I killed everything in time for him to survive. And I did not agree to kill all mages in tower. The mages lived. I could not let them all die. That was my event to the Broken Circle. Denerum. My boy Denerum. Oh my god, there's a lot to do here. Is Sir Landry alive? No, I killed Sir Landry. Did I kill him with my mage? Yeah, my mage wasn't happy. No, I didn't kill him with my mage. I killed him with my rogue. And my warrior. I didn't kill him with my mage. Let me go back. Denerum. Thank you. He's alive. Thank you. Didn't tell Oswin. Oswin is the son that was being tortured. I did tell him. He was down in Arl House thingy. Crime wave. I did complete the crime wave. That was fun. Gave Alfonso. I don't remember this. I think I did that. I don't remember. Didn't return amulet to beggar. I did return the amulet to the beggar. Did not encounter Goldana. Goldana is... I helped Alistair find Goldana. I did do that. I brought the scroll to Sister Justine. I remember that. It was actually boring. Everything that involves the Chantry is boring. Didn't help clear customers out of the Pearl. I did, and I beat the shit out of them. Didn't handle the Crimson Ores. I handled them alright. I murked people all day, son. The Warden killed? You killed him? No, I actually did the assassination for him. Marge Len. I encountered Marge Len. And I told Liliana to not kill her predecessor. To not kill her master of training. Because it would turn Liliana into something she's not, and that's a monster. She deserves more in life. Alistair and Honora rule in mine. What are the other options? Alistair and the Warden, Honora and the Warden. Nope, in mine, Alistair and Honora rule together as one. Okay, the Battle of Denerum. What's there for this? Logan, Alistair, Warden killed Archdemon. I killed the Archdemon in mine with a sword, which is hilarious because I don't use swords. Alright. I killed the Archdemon. Now, Awakening Expansion. Maybe we should do this first. Didn't go through, went through, Warden stabbed. Actually, no. You know, I got left by Liliana. I was sad. I needed some booty. I went after Morgan. No, in realization, I wanted to know where Morgan went. Oh, wait, no. No, cancel that. I didn't. Well, did I kill her? I'm being confused. I played the game so many times. I can't remember what my perfect save was. No, I did not go through. No matter how much I should have, I didn't go through. I wanted to, but I didn't. Warden's Keep DLC. Gain power of blood. I gained the power of the blood. Slave Sophia and Averus continued research. I did not want them both. I didn't want him to die. He could be the future of the Grey Wardens with blood magic. So I left him with, because I was a blood mage. Shale is alive and well. Shale is very alive and well. I love Shale. She's amazing. I saved her from the little kitty. Little kitty took her over. Shale recruited. By the way, Shale's a girl. She's amazing. Awakening expansion, ladies and gentlemen. Warden killed the architect. Yes, I did. I did kill the architect in my first play. Keep protected. I protected both. It wasn't easy and almost cost everything. I did recruit Ogren. I did. Why wouldn't you recruit Ogren? I recruited them on good terms. They did amazing at life. Alright, and that's Dragon Age Origins in a nutshell. Disclaimers for Dragon Age 2. I did not play any of the DLCs because at the time I couldn't afford them. I was still a kid, I didn't have monies, couldn't afford them. So there's DLC here. I really don't know what I'll do about that. You know, but we'll figure it out. Anyways, let's scroll on over to DA2. What we got? What we got here? What we got, man? Okay, our hero was a male warden. I was not diplomatic. I was humorous as fuck. I did everything to be hilarious. You know what I'm saying? Everything is about funniness. So let's go back to Dragon Age 2. I was... No, that's Dragon Age 2. Thank you. I was hilarious. Yeah, hilarious. I was funny as fuck. You should have seen me. Anyways, companions. Now, no one romance. That is a bullshit fucking lie right there. That is a lie and a half. I had the weirdest experience in Dragon Age 2. I romanced Meryl. So I got it on with Meryl, you know what I mean? And I also had sex with Isabella, but that being said, I think everyone's had sex with Isabella. So it was weird at the time, but I'm a guy, so I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get up on all these bitches. And I romanced Meryl. Okay, sorry, I did. Bethany died while escaping. Doesn't she become a Grey Warden? No, she dies because you're a male. I can't remember what character. Yeah, because you're not a warrior. No, cancel. She dies. My brother becomes a Grey Warden, wasn't it? Yeah. No, he didn't become a Templar. I can't remember. Did he be Templar? He might have. No, he didn't. He became a Grey Warden. Isn't she dead? That's your sister. She's dead. So you kind of can't change that. Here, I'm gonna try to anyway. See if it'll let me. No, because I need to change war. Yeah, I need to change. No, cancel. She died. She didn't have time to see that shit, yo. Did not recruit Isabella. Boy, I recruited the shit out of Isabella. Isabella returned to me with the book that the lovely people wanted. Let's start over here. I don't think I killed him. Discovered cause of haunting? Yes. I did not do that. Fenris is alive and well. Not true. I I ended up killing Fenris because he attacked me. No, I think he liked me enough he didn't attack me. I can't remember which mage, because I played like 4 different mages in Inquisition. Meryl stayed with Hawk. Oh yeah. Meryl is very alive and well. Meryl survived the conflict. Yes, she did. I can not let anything happen to my baby doll. No. Okay, I did not give her to the Eris shock. I refuse. Look at, they even made her character, like, in these pictures, like, this is what she looks like in game. I shit you not. She's a whore. I love it. Did I just... I think I had to destroy it. No, I had to keep it. Okay. That is a lie. I approved of Anders' actions against the cherry. Blow it up! You can have him executed? Oh, that's right, you can. I didn't remember that. Meryl's clan was not killed, but I'm gonna say they were anyways. I'm just kidding. Meryl's clan is fine. They're perfectly okay, right? Evelyn didn't marry. No, she got married, I'm pretty sure. Evelyn stayed with Hawk. She started to not like me towards the end, but further it went on, the better it got. I think Talus is, I don't remember who Talus is. Oh, it's from the DLC. No, I didn't kiss her. Hawk is loyal to Meryl. Completely. I did recruit Sebastian. Sadly. I recruited Sebastian. Colin and Hawk and mine got along. Not the best, but we did. And I fucking love Varric. Who doesn't like Varric? What assholes like, man, this Varric guy is a dick? No one. Because you'd be 3 years old. You actually believed that. Okay. Prologue. Pretty sure I went with smugglers. Okay, Act 1. Oh my Jesus, that is a lot. How much time do I have left before I go to work? Woo! Alright, let's get started. I actually fought against Templars. My mage does not like Templars. Colin's the exception to everything. I don't think she died. Don't remember. No, I killed her. I wanted him to be retired. I told him the truth about his dead wife. Really, you know, if my wife was dead, I would have wanted someone to tell him. That's how I thought about it. Of course, at the time I wasn't married. Don't remember blackmailing him. I think it was worth it. I did send him to the Dalish. Once again, not a fan of the Circle of Magi. Defended Katsujan. Oh, it's the mage. Yes, I defended him from the Quinari. I did not want the Quinari getting their hands on their mage. They treat mages even worse than the Chantry does. Did Hawk return the cargo to Martin? Yes. Killed or killed? No, I think I killed him. He was a blood mage. Killed Danzig. I did kill him because he was a slaver. That's right. And I don't approve of that shit either. Didn't solve the mystery of missing miners. I did solve it, and it was a dragon. I remember that. I was shocked. It was about halfway through Act 1. I was like, I haven't seen a dragon yet. Where's my fucking dragon, game? And then bam, there's a dragon. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. I can't remember. No, she's alive and well. He reinstated with the Templars, if I remember correctly. Karos killed. I did kill the group of Templars. I think they were like bad Templars. I remember correctly. They weren't really nice folk. Alright, Act 2. I don't think I actually killed him. Not even on purpose. I think I just clicked the wrong thing. Didn't discover looters of Corporate's caverns. I did discover looters. Did. Didn't help Yavin. I did help Yavin, did I? I'm pretty sure I did. Don't remember who I saved. I guess I don't remember that. Let me think for a moment. I honestly don't entirely remember. Didn't encounter Lieutenant Harley when the with the Raiders. I did. And I fought to help. I think I sent him to Deventer. Pretty sure he went to Deventer. Yeah, I refused to help his ass because he's like, I'm gonna attack everything because I'm an idiot. No. I did not actually blame the Quinari. I didn't blame the Quinarians for anything, I'll be honest. Pretty sure I let him live and kill the Arishok. I'm pretty sure I killed this Arishok. I did kill the Arishok. Alright. That's it for Act 2. Let's move on over to Act 3. Hawk offered to help. Pretty sure I offered to help. Didn't find Zevran. Oh, I found Zevran. I found Zevran, alright. didn't encounter Nathaniel. Pretty sure we rescued Nathaniel. Pretty sure we did that. Alright, we're gonna skip that over there for a moment. I did hand them to him. I did. Allowed a meal to go free. Pretty sure I let him live. I didn't put him in. He didn't seem evil. Alright. This is where it gets interesting. Did I side with the Templars or the mages? I think based on my past actions, you probably are already aware. I did not side with the Templars in this situation. I decided with the mages. Fuck the Templars. Let Karen go. I let Karen go. Oh, I killed the dragon. And that's everything from that I remember doing. But apparently the Legacy DLC is important. I'm not sure. Despite Larius's obvious corruption, Hockey in the forward worked to prevent. Let me go with that. And I found Malcolm's will. Alright, well that's it, I'm pretty sure. There was no expansion for Dragon Age 2, sadly. Which there was, but there wasn't. Dragon Age 1, of course, had, as you can even tell from this alone, had a lot more content. A lot longer of a game. Really fun. So, let's watch our story. Let me pause this.
If you believe the stories, mankind's pride gave rise to the Darkspawn. Countless in number and toxic to all life, Darkspawn search endlessly for an archdemon. When they find one, Darkspawn armies surge up from their corrupt barrows beneath the ground, and a blight begins. Grey Wardens are the only warriors capable of destroying an archdemon, and history always honors the one who sacrifices all to kill the beast. In the fifth blight, the Warden was the hero of Ferelden, a mage living in the Circle Tower at Lake Calenhad. Drawn into an escape plot by another mage, the hero became snared in the Circle's dangerous politics. Duncan, a Grey Warden, helped the mage escape to a new life as a warden. The allied Ferelden and Grey Warden forces met in Ostagar, where King Kaelin's armies and a host of wardens gathered, ready to destroy the Darkspawn. But valor turned to despair as Loghain betrayed his king. Kaelin's forces were slaughtered, and the South was lost. The hero, now a full-fledged Grey Warden, survived with the aid of Flemeth, the mysterious witch of the wilds. Joined by Flemeth's daughter, Morrigan, and a Grey Warden named Alistair, the hero set out to build an army strong enough to abolish the Blight. With the traitorous Loghain now seated on Ferelden's throne, the...
What? Why did it stop? Interesting. It stopped. The whole thing's frozen. Yeah, it's frozen. My internet's still working? Yes. Interesting. I think the site crashed. I wouldn't be surprised. It's only been open for an hour. Proceed. Okay. We brought up a new one. It looks like everything's the same. Yeah. What's this? Can I save this? New world state. I'm gonna call this my perfect human mage world state. Okay. And I can't export it anywhere. And I can't really do anything about these. Alright, now let's try and launch it again. I don't have long, so hopefully it works this time.
If you believe the stories, mankind's pride gave rise to the Darkspawn. Countless in number and toxic to all life, Darkspawn search endlessly for an archdemon. When they find one, Darkspawn armies surge up from their corrupt barrows beneath the ground, and a blight begins. Grey Wardens are the only warriors capable of destroying an archdemon, and history always honors the one who sacrifices all to kill the beast. In the fifth blight, the Warden was the hero of Ferelden, a hunter from a clan of Dalish elves.
What?
The hero discovered a corrupted elven artifact and was...
No. Oh, it's not the same one. Okay, there we go. Pretty sure I fixed it.
If you believe the stories, mankind's pride gave rise to the Darkspawn. Countless in number and toxic to all life, Darkspawn search endlessly for an archdemon. When they find one, Darkspawn armies surge up from their corrupt barrows beneath the ground, and a blight begins. Grey Wardens are the only warriors capable of destroying an archdemon, and history always honors the one who sacrifices all to kill the beast. In the fifth blight, the Warden was the hero of Ferelden, a mage living in the Circle Tower at Lake Calenhad.
Yep.
Drawn into an escape plot by another mage, the hero became snared in the Circle's dangerous politics. Duncan, a Grey Warden, helped the mage escape to a new life as a warden. The allied Ferelden and Grey Warden forces met in Ostagar, where King Kaelin's armies and a host of wardens gathered, ready to destroy the Darkspawn. But valor turned to despair as Loghain betrayed his king.
Yep.
Kaelin's forces were slaughtered, and the south was lost.
Entirely.
The hero, now a full-fledged Grey Warden, survived with the aid of Flemeth, the mysterious witch of the wilds. Joined by Flemeth's daughter, Morrigan, and a Grey Warden named Alistair, the hero set out to build an army strong enough to Grey Warden abolish the blight. With the traitorous Loghain now seated on Ferelden's throne, the Warden sought help from the influential Arl Eamon of Redcliffe. However, they arrived in Redcliffe to find the town under siege. As each night, undead rose in waves and assailed the battered village. With the hero's help, the people of Redcliffe stood fast against the undead horde.
Yes, they did.
The Wardens reached Arl Eamon's castle only to find the Arl lying at the edge of death, and his court fallen into madness.
Yep.
To save his father's life, Eamon's young son, Connor, had made a deal with a demon, and quickly fallen victim to its possession. The hero intervened, freeing Connor from possession, and breaking the demon's hold over Redcliffe. But deals with demons are never straightforward. The demon agreed only to save Eamon's life, not restore him to health.
Exactly.
Arl Eamon needed a miracle to recover.
And that's what he got.
The hero located an urn containing the sacred ashes of Andraste, which were said to cure any ailment. The urn was protected by ancient traps, tests of will, and a dragon-worshipping cult that wanted to twist the urn's power to its own ends.
I remember that.
The urn remained pure, but mysteriously disappeared after the wardens departed. Only the temple dedicated to it still stands. With a pinch of the ashes, the hero restored the Arl to health. Informed of Logain's treachery, Eamon swore his political and military support.
Which was amazing.
The circles of Magi are bound by oath to aid the Grey Wardens in times of blight. However, Lake Calenhad's tower could offer little help. One of its mages, Uldred, had become possessed by a pride demon and was twisting other circle mages into abominations.
Yep.
The hero fought to the top of the tower and defeated Uldred, saving the remaining mages. Grateful for their lives, the mages joined the Warden's army.
How could I let innocent people die?
The allies gained at the Circle were not the only soldiers to join the Warden's forces, however. Dalish elves don't usually make alliances, but even deep hatred can be set aside in the face of oblivion. An ancient curse was destroying Ferelden's largest Dalish clans, turning the elves into werewolves. Zathrian, the clan's keeper, claimed that the cure required the heart of the great wolf, Witherfang. Years before, Zathrian himself had afflicted a group of humans with the curse that now ravaged his clan.
Stupidly enough.
As long as he lived, the curse endured. The hero freed the werewolves from the long-standing curse, and the Dalish joined the Warden's forces. Blights may happen hundreds of years apart, but the dwarves who live below the surface of Thedas fight Darkspawn every day. No one is better schooled in battling Darkspawn than the warriors of Orzammar, except perhaps their allies of old, the Grey Wardens. The hero arrived in Orzammar in the wake of King Endrin's death to find political factions fighting for control of the dwarven capital. Only the vote of a venerated paragon could break the deadlock to elect a ruler, and order the dwarves to honor their Grey Warden treaty and join the battle against the new Blight. The hero set off to find a paragon named Branka, who had disappeared into the Deep Roads in search of a legendary artifact, the Anvil of the Void, created by the renowned smith Caridin to forge mighty war golems.
Yep.
With Branka's help, the hero restored the Anvil of the Void, and a small army of powerful golems joined the Warden's forces. The hero emerged from the Deep Roads with a master-forged crown to bestow the Paragon's favor upon whichever rival candidate would be crowned king. Balin, the youngest son of King Endrin who was suspected of foul play, or Haramont, the aging traditionalist backed by the Dwarven Assembly. Balin followed his father to the throne. He leads with a ruthless but progressive hand, seeking to re-establish ties to the Surface Kingdoms. With Dwarden's strength now bolstering the Warden's army, the hero had to deal with Logain, so Ferelden could stand unified against the Darkspawn before the Blight swallowed the world. The kingdom of Ferelden stood divided. While some nobles supported Logain's regency, others condemned his inaction against the Darkspawn. Civil war brewed, and Arl Eamon called a landsmeet in hopes of curtailing the conflict and removing Logain from the throne. Logain was found guilty of treason, and the hero carried out his execution in Denerim's palace. As the Warden's united army massed in Redcliffe, the Darkspawn overran Denerim, laying siege to Ferelden's capital city. The hero's army fought valiantly through Denerim and broke the Darkspawn siege. On Fort Dracon's highest tower, the hero's strongest allies fought alongside the Warden in a final heroic battle against the massive Archdemon. The Archdemon was killed without the sacrifice of a Grey Warden's life. With no Archdemon to lead them, the Darkspawn scattered. Most fled underground, still teeming in number and always seeking a new Archdemon to awaken. The shattered kingdom of Ferelden embarked on a long journey to recovery. In the Blight's aftermath, strong leadership was crucial. Alistair, King Kaelin's half-brother, and Queen Enora, Kaelin's widow and daughter of Loghain, joined in a political union. Together, they ushered Ferelden into a new era. Ferelden still stands, as obstinate and resolute as the Dog Lords ever are, but the events of the Fifth Blight loom over it as the nation rebuilds. For people across Thedas, legends of the hero of Ferelden remain the nation's brightest beacons of hope during its darkest times.
As it should.
It all began in Kirkwall, the fall of Knight Commander Meredith, the Qunari uprising, and of course, the Chantry's destruction and the onset of Mage Rebellion. One person always stood amidst the swirling chaos: Hawke, the champion of Kirkwall. The Hawke family fled Lothering, refugees from the Blight. Leandra, mother of the champion, and siblings Bethany and Carver hoped to find refuge at her family's estate in Kirkwall, far to the north. As a mage with a family legacy of magic on both sides, Hawke naturally became involved in the events that ultimately led to the Mage Rebellion. The Hawks escaped the Blight with the help of Aveline Valen, a warrior and family friend. It's said that the family was also aided by Flemeth, the notorious Witch of the Wilds. Hawke's sister Bethany never reached the Free Marches. She was killed by Darkspawn while defending her family.
Sadly, she was.
The family's first years in Kirkwall were difficult. Leandra's brother Gamlin had lost the family fortune. The Hawks lived in poverty, forced to indenture themselves in return for entrance to the city. To pay off the debt, Hawke was forced to work for a gang of smugglers. All the while, Hawke to hide Hawke's magic from the Templars. Opportunity eventually struck in the form of a dwarf named Bartrand Tethras, who was planning an expedition to the Deep Roads.
By the way,
it was a long shot, but with gold gained from the expedition, Hawke could free the family from its criminal creditors and further Templar scrutiny. Hawke met a rogue Grey Warden named Anders, who possessed detailed maps of the Deep Roads. These maps were crucial to the expedition's success. Once Hawke obtained them, everything else fell quickly into place. Carver joined Hawke on the expedition. The siblings found ancient dwarven treasure and a statuette formed from a strange red lyrium. Carver fell victim to the blight that suffuses the Deep Roads, but Anders led him to a group of Grey Wardens who were able to save his life. The gold Hawke recovered from the Deep Roads brought back Leandra's stately childhood home in Hightown. The Hawks had barely settled into their new home when Leandra was murdered, a deeply sinister and twisted killing. Hawke hunted down Quentin, the blood mage responsible, but could not prevent Leandra's death. Leandra's tragic death was part of a critical problem facing Kirkwall: rising tension between the city's mages, who felt increasingly oppressed, and Templars, who grew increasingly suspicious of their activities. Adding to the strain, a large contingent of Qunari had also established themselves in Kirkwall, much to the growing discomfort of the city's rulers. After their dreadnought was shipwrecked many years before, a group of stranded Qunari were allowed to remain in a cordoned-off area in Lowtown. As time passed, the Qunari made no effort to return home, and offered no explanation about why they remained. Tensions rose to a breaking point. Revered Mother Patrice, convinced the Qunari were a threat to the Chantry's faith, incited violence between the Qunari and the Kirkwall populace. Hawke knew that Patrice would bring about unnecessary conflict. Though the champion tried to stop her, Patrice orchestrated the murder of Seamus Dumar, a Viscount's son and a recent convert to the Qun. When her crime was discovered, a Qunari assassin killed her. After Seamus was murdered, the Arishok of the Qunari group lost patience with the humans of Kirkwall. They would now submit to the Qun or die. The Qunari struck hard and fast. They took the palace in Hightown and beheaded the Viscount to immediately quash any resistance. Aided by Knight Commander Meredith and First Enchanter Orsino, Hawke reached the palace, and stood toe-to-toe with the fearsome Kunari leader. Hawk fought the Kunari leader. The fierce battle resulted in the Arishok's death and the liberation of Kirkwall from its brief occupation. The Kunari quickly withdrew from the city entirely. Hawk saved Kirkwall and earned the grudging respect of the city's Templars, mages, and nobility, along with the title that history remembers, the Champion of Kirkwall. Kirkwall's problems were still not over, however. After Viscount Dumar's death, Knight Commander Meredith took power and blocked all attempts to appoint a new Viscount. Under Meredith's command, the Templars tightened their grip on the mages, planning to suppress what Meredith saw as a growing rebellion. Anders, who spent years fighting for justice and freedom for his fellow mages, saw that the time for negotiation was past. He destroyed Kirkwall's chantry, killing hundreds, including Grand Cleric Elthina. This single act began a rebellion that spread from circle to circle, until all circles of Magi had risen up in defiance against chantry rule.
Woo! Rebellion.
Though Anders had done the unforgivable, something stayed the champion's hand. Anders survived the day, although many others did not. Fighting spread swiftly through the city. Some mages rebelled openly, many of them succumbing to possession. Templars turned their swords on mages who rebelled and on those who did not. As First Enchanter Orsino refused to bend to the Templars, Knight Commander Meredith demanded that every mage in Kirkwall be put to the sword. Hawk saved many mages from Templar blades, keeping them from succumbing to possession or the temptations of blood magic. In the end, however, Hawk was forced to strike down Orsino, who had betrayed his own values by resorting to blood magic himself. The battle proved one thing. Knight Commander Meredith had gone mad. Hawk saw the truth of it when Meredith unsheathed her sword, and the red lyrium idol from the deep roads was embedded within it. The blade fueled her hatred and paranoia, as it had for months. After a horrific battle, the red lyrium of the Knight Commander's sword consumed her as she died. Meredith became a statue, her face a frozen mask of horror. Little is known of the champion since that final battle. However, Hawk's story lives on in legend and song. Memories of the indelible changes the champion of Kirkwall brought to the face of Thedas.
And that's everything, ladies and gentlemen. That is the starting story of Inquisition for me. Anyways, guys, I need to get ready for work. I will talk to you all later. As always, I'm Kingchappe. Hope you all have a great day, and goodbye.